Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy Savage Kermit, and I'm here with my awesome co-host,
Adrenaline.
and we're here to talk some nerd stuff with you on our brand new podcast, 3B Brews, Bites, and Brawls.
Yeah, so this podcast is basically going to go over, just nerd talk. So we're going to go anywhere from games, board games, retro games, in general. We're going to also shoot for movies. We'll go over and talk about up and coming movies, movies from the past, movies that we think may have been, underrated. And just all out, just have nerd talk.
And my favorite part, the part where I get to drink a beer and tell y'all all about how I like it or don't like it.
Yeah, we'll have a rating system for that. So people that are more like me that don't really have a strong taste for beer but will drink it, they'll know if it may be a beer for them or something they may want to try out and give their own review.
Well, you know what? I've already got my brew, so I'm going to grab a brew, hit play, and let's brawl.
Yeah, facts.
Just jump right into it.
All right.
So, how
what are
about
you sipping on today, man?
Today, oh man, I went old. I just kind of went classic. I got the Sweetwater, but I'm trying the Atlanta OG IPA,
Okay.
which is a little bit different than what I usually try. And
Yeah.
I will say I do like it more than the 420. I used to be a big Sweetwater 420 fan,
That's
but
fair.
as of late, I don't know. It just hasn't really had that like hop kick that I like.
Yeah.
And this one actually has a pretty good little hop kick. Not too much of not too much. It's definitely not too much. It's not in your face like my favorite's the Terrapin Hopsecutioner. That's
got
like
you.
super hoppy. This one, not too much.
Okay.
It's a decent beer. I definitely recommend if you're an IPA drinker to give it a shot. It's not too strong. Right where you probably want it to be a good sipping beer.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and close up that segment. We're going to jump into our next one. So we're going to start this next segment off with our favorite childhood consoles and games. So for me, I'm going to take it back to PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 was, for me, the peak of gaming for me. I played the 64. 64 was dope. Everybody loves the 64. But
That's
I don't know,
facts.
I've always had every PlayStation that's ever dropped, and PlayStation 1 for me just had so many games. Like, I genuinely feel like back then they cared more about the game verse, if you will. Like,
Yeah.
there was games coming out left and right.
Yeah,
Now
for sure.
you have to wait a year and a half, 2 years.
Spyro, man.
Yeah, I mean it's
How many Spyro games were there, like in
Yeah.
very quick succession, just for, just based on PlayStation 1 alone?
Yeah,
There was
facts.
like what three I could think of. I think at least.
yeah. We had Spyro, multiple Twisted Metals, which is the very first 1 and 2 Twisted Metals were definitely solid.
I think they were good, and they were new, and
For what they were,
like
in
for
their
what they
time
were.
frame.
Me personally, I wasn't a big fan of the Twisted Metal series. Not to like cut you off or anything,
Yeah,
of
no,
course, but we're talking about favorite retro consoles and games, and you mentioned the N64. On
Yeah.
the N64, they had a game called Vigilante 8,
Okay.
which was very similar to Twisted Metal, but also its own craft. And I'll be honest, man, me and my cousin, we would play that game for hours, dude, hours. We would just always you could do just basically like you and somebody bots, or you could actually play the story mode
Okay.
together, and it was pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, Twisted Metal was a good game. Sweet Tooth,
Yeah.
terrifying, dude.
I used to be a real big Mega Boy fan too. Mega Boy used to go fucking hard.
I don't think I ever played Mega Boy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
Dude.
think so.
If you've never played it, solid.
Fair
Very
enough. Fair
solid.
enough. Yeah, no.
I used to be a real big fan, dude, back in the day, and surprisingly, nobody's hopped on the Mega Boy market trying to make a new like edition or remaster. None of that.
I don't think I've ever even heard of this series.
Mega Boy?
Yeah, that might be something I got the
Oh.
emulator on the Steam Deck. I might
I'm
have to
sure you have.
like
He was blue, had like a helmet with a cannon on his arm.
Mega Man.
What did I say? Mega Boy?
Yeah.
I think I got it confused with Astro Boy. whatever his
Yeah,
name
I
was.
was like, I don't know what the hell
Jesus.
you're talking about. Mega Man, dude. Mega Man got its start on Nintendo. I thought. I had it on. At least I had it on.
Yeah, on 64.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about PlayStation.
No. That's
My
what I'm saying.
mistake.
Like,
My mistake.
You jumped back to 64, so that's what I was saying. Like, my top Nintendo 64 game was definitely
The Mega Man. Yeah, no, I can feel that. Mega Man was super solid. Some of the
Yeah.
hardest bosses you would have to fight, but you also would gain powers throughout it, like
Yeah.
that, like extra, like yeah, nah, super super solid.
Yeah. What do you think would be top 2 most memorable game moments in game history? Not nothing recent.
Just to be honest, like I mean, even like for back then, uh, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, I think set a precedent, like of what an RPG could be at the time. They had other RPGs out, you know, they had the Dragon Quest and other ones like that, Over
Yeah.
64, which was a different type of play style. But Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, it had one of the coolest, most memorable boss fights ever. Period. Ganon was a menace. The whole series, and I mean, it was just beautifully crafted. You know,
Facts.
even to this day, I still remember it as if it was almost in 4K. And I know it was like 64. You know, it was 64 graphics, but man, nah, 100% definitely felt like that was definitely a big name and big like standout moment.
That's fair. For me, I would have to say, and like this goes for the entire franchise. I don't think they've ever topped this moment, but in Call of Duty Ghost, when you see him you see his sons get killed, or so
Oh,
they thought.
shit.
Like, yeah, dude, straight up, like they're working a mission, and they come back. They think they're doing, good shit, and then next thing you know, dude straight up domes you with a 1911.
Damn.
He stands over you. You know, you think he kills you, and then it just cuts to a scene, and you're on an operating table, and they bring you back, and yeah, you basically take on the mantle of your father.
That's crazy.
But by far, the best franchise, or the best moment in that whole entire franchise. It's
That's
gone
fair.
downhill from there.
Well, you know, we've been gaming for a good minute. You know, I'm not a big like Call of Duty player. You know,
Yeah.
Mostly I played like, you know, like the first Modern Warfare, Black Ops. I played a little bit of Black Ops too. Black Ops I thought was really cool.
Yeah, Black Ops was pretty solid.
Oh, and World at War. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my favorite Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
That was the first. Like I don't know if that was the first one to have zombies, but they had Nazi zombies on it, man, and
Mhm.
only like that. That was a pretty fun one.
Yeah. They're it's I don't know. Call of Duty's gone downhill. Their zombie franchise is doing better than the actual campaigns and stuff themselves. Hopefully they can recover from that later on down the line.
I got a random question for you that's on the topics of games.
Okay, what's up?
How are you feeling about the way that Pokemon Go's like going? I know you play. You know I play. We're big time Pokemon
Yeah.
Go players. But how do you feel about like all the new stuff that they're adding?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's coming to a standstill, based on their newest leaks for their new update coming out. It's a lot of Pokemon that just people don't really care to catch or evolve, and then
Yeah.
the Mega Evolves they're coming out with are mid.
Well, also
Like-
just the challenge it is anymore for most
Yeah.
of these Pokemon that they're releasing that we got to try and evolve. It's like not just you have to have enough candies.
Yeah.
Like when it first came out, one of the biggest challenges was trying to get a Gyarados because you had to get the 400 candies to
Uh-huh.
evolve your Magikarp. Well, now there's ones where you got to get 400 candies, but you also have to go and do all these raids with that
Yeah.
Pokemon in your party
And
or
it has
as
to
your
be
buddy.
specific.
The typings,
Yeah.
like, and it's like I understand where they're coming from with it, but if you're gonna do that, give us more opportunities to do so.
Yeah. Plus, like, I'm gonna just be honest. The designs of these new Gigantamax Pokemon are just. It's lame, dude. Like,
You don't like the Snorlax one?
that's the one I was literally just about to go for, dude. I don't get it, man. Like,
the guy got the whole island on his belly,
but
man.
that's the thing, though. Like, I mean, I get it, Snorlax. He was lazy, but I don't know, man. I just felt they could have did better. Like the Lapras, like all you literally did was just turn his shell into cannons.
How
like,
dare you assume it's gender?
What would I say?
You said his Lapras could be a male or a
It could
female. I'm
be,
just
it
fucking
could
with
be.
you, man. I'm just
But
fucking
yeah,
with
like it's just, I don't know, man. I just feel like you have all this money for this company. You put all your money into it, and then you give out these weak updates. Like, if you're gonna go hard in the paint, dude, go hard in the paint. Don't start and then stop midway through.
for me,
'Cause their graphic update when they dropped it, I really started getting like hope for it. I was like, okay, well, yeah, it looks like we're heading in the right direction. And then they started
Facts.
coming out with the Dynamax and the Gigamax, but then it just, I don't know, man. Like I said, we've come to a standstill. They done put the same Pokemon in rotation for like the last month and a half.
yeah, not true. They keep rotating like the same legendary 3 like
Yeah.
on a constant basis, whether it's in raids or whether it's in the Dynamax raids or whether they're in the Rocket raids. Which
Yeah.
one of my biggest issues with how it's been going is they really don't give anything for small town players. You know,
Mhm.
we live in a small town. Well, you live in a little bit bigger town than me, but you know, like where I live, you know, this town, bro, like it's so small and you don't have enough players. Like, how are you
Yeah.
supposed to go and take on these raids that need 10 people, 5, 10 people, but you might only have like 2 friends that actually play?
So it's cool that you bring that up because there's actually an app that you can download on your phone for Android and iPhone. PokeGenie and PokeRaid, I believe is what they're called. And no matter where you're at, all around the world, you can actually join in and add people and actually do their raids and stuff with them remotely.
Careful
long as you
mentioning
have,
that, man.
Yeah.
Technically, those aren't even like those are frowned upon.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be honest. If
That's
you
the way to
have
go.
all this
Like,
money for your company, and I can't even get a spoofing app just to walk around without
Yeah.
getting my account banned, you need to start rethinking.
well, it's about trying to get people out there and get exercise and all that shit.
Yeah,
so.
but as crazy as the world is, dude, it's hard to get out nowadays.
Yeah, no, it's too dangerous.
It's dangerous.
But anyway, before we get off on a tangent, because we would probably talk about that like a whole bunch. We'll get back on topic.
Let's get on to how do you feel about retro versus modern graphics and gameplay?
So, to be honest, I can look past graphics so long as the game itself is good. There's games that are still coming out today that are still very retro, 8-bit and stuff like that. Recently, on the Switch, I played Power Rangers Rita's Rewind.
Okay.
It's like old school arcade type game, man. Super solid. Now, it wasn't the longest game, and honestly, there's really not too much replayability, except unless you like get like a group of people together, you just want to play a button mash, party style, like, ooh, let's go fight like a whole bunch of whatever the hell, But there's only, spoilers alert, there's only one unlockable character.
Really?
Yeah, like after you go through it, you unlock, I believe, the Green Ranger, and that's all you get. Like, I don't even think they have the White Ranger. R.I.P. Jason David Frank, but I would like to be able to play the White Ranger or the Green Ranger, as well as I wouldn't have minded if they would have put in like alternate like suits for the other Rangers, instead of just being like the stereotypical Tyrannosaurus, pterodactyl, stuff like that. Like, give us the ape, give us the frog, but that wasn't there. But still a solid game, just like Shredder's Revenge by Ninja Turtles. Shredder's Revenge, super good. So for me, graphics don't really play a huge part in what I play, because I don't care as long as I can play the game and it looks decent and it's fun. Like, I'm cool with it. Don't get me wrong, I love good graphics though. I do like a game with some damn good graphics.
I will say I do prefer today's modern graphics. Like if you really look back on things, like you never really nowadays you don't understand and really pay attention to how in depth things go as far as graphic wise, but then like you look back on like Spider-Man, the old school Spider-Man, dude, and you have like everybody with like pyramid heads and diamond shaped bodies, and it's just
they would almost have
wild.
like a plague head, like a shortened plague head with just like a face on it, just to make their nose look
like
pointed.
It's really
I
crazy
get that.
to see how far we've come in graphics, but.
What was that Spider-Man Carnage one, man? That one was really rough.
But I can appreciate a retro game, to be honest with you. Like, like I said, like, if I had a 64 right now, if I can get my hands on one, dude, Mega Man, for sure. Doesn't matter what the graphics look like. I'd be on it.
No that's fair. Well, actually, I don't know did you ever play any of the ones for like handheld, like Game Boy Advance or anything?
I think I had one for the Game Boy Advance, but I mean, Game Boy Advance was a short-lived dream. Like, if you didn't have the internet capability with it. It just
Game Boy Advance didn't have internet capability. The
I
Nintendo
thought-
DS did.
maybe that's what I.
That's
had.
with
Maybe I
with
had
the touch
confused.
screen, but I'm like the old school just Game Boy Advance. It didn't have like internet capabilities, but what I was getting at is on a couple different consoles they actually released the Battle Network Legacy, which is based on the Mega Man Battle Network games, which
Oh,
were
really?
more, yeah, they were more like I mean, it wasn't like open world, but like you could roam around and you had like different like you'd run into random battles if you were on the net and outside of it, and it had a really good story. I played Blue Moon, I think is what it was called, Battle Network
Okay.
Blue Moon, super solid. But they released the Legacy Collection on console, which has all of them, like all of the all the Battle Network ones.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're a Mega Man fan, that's definitely one that you should.
Yeah, I might have
You
to
should
look
check
into that,
out.
to be honest with you. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on as far as this segment goes?
Well, I do want to shout out. I know we mentioned PlayStation 1 and we mentioned the N64 as like really good retro systems, but one that I just want to throw out there because nobody ever really talks about it was this. It was the Sega Game Gear. Like this is. I mean, I was super young. This is an old thing. It was kind of big and bulky. But what it had that Nintendo hadn't even thought of putting in yet, it had a backlight. And it had a rechargeable battery that you could plug it into the wall and plug it into the system, and you could still play even if you didn't have batteries in it or you lost the rechargeable batteries.
That's nice.
So you could always play it.
Yeah.
And it had some really solid. They actually had a really cool Power Rangers game on there too, where you could actually like battle as like the Megazords against like other giant creatures and stuff. But yeah, no, I really wanted to shout that one out just because I played that one a lot.
I remember when
as
the Game
well.
Boy Advance came out with their little backlight. It was the bulky little contraption you could put on the back.
Oh yeah.
On the top.
By the way, shout out to Going Coastal from Sweetwater as well. We're gonna go ahead and crack this one open. It's a pineapple IPA. Oh yeah, love that sound. Not bad. Would you like this?
Yeah, let me try.
It's got a nice little like citrus flavor, a little bit of a hoppy back, but not terrible. He does not like it, folks.
So I'm gonna be honest.
That face said it
Somebody that
all,
doesn't like
dude.
hops?
Holy shit.
That is not for you, man. I'm gonna be honest. If you don't like hops, that is not for you. Like on a scale of like super hoppy to like a Bud Light, that's probably like an 8 to hop for me, man. Like
I mean, yeah. I mean, I
did
can
get a little bit of the citrus, a little bit, but not much.
Me, I would put it at probably about like a 6 on the hoppiness scale because I have had some extreme. And I mean, if we're just going based on Terrapin being based on a 10, yeah, that's definitely a solid 6. But if we're going based on some of the other hoppy ones that I've had, it would probably be closer to like a 4.
Jeez.
Yeah, like, but nah, still super, 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 super solid beer. So far, we're gonna keep on trying it and see how it goes.
All right, now on to our brawl segment. If you had to give your top 3 fight scenes from comics, movies, or games,
What
would
about
they be?
anime?
I would consider that.
One of my number one favorite fights of all time to watch, and I will still go back and watch it to this day, is Teen Gohan versus Perfect Cell.
Okay.
And that one will always just have a special place in my heart. One, you get to see Gohan go Super Saiyan 2, which was just absolutely fucking amazing. But I mean, just the battle itself. I mean, when he goes and hits that Kamehameha wave, and his dad's right behind him in spirit, just blasting it with him, and he's like, it's more than just in spirit. Like he's there pretty much, and he's like, Gohan, just let your power flow. And he's one-handed, dog. Like his one of his arms is out of commission. He's just shit still gets me, bro. Goosebumps just talking about it. Love that fight scene. That was easily one of my favorite fight scenes of all time.
If I had to choose one, I would probably say the live-action Goku. Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Oh, bro. Yo, if y'all could have seen the look I just gave this motherfucker, dude.
No, I'm just.
Oh my
playing.
gosh.
I'm gonna be honest. Nothing really comes to mind at the moment, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I
fair.
think last time we had this conversation, I pulled a blank as well.
You just haven't seen that fight yet that stands out for you.
Yeah, I mean, Rengoku versus the Moon Demon in Demon Slayer was pretty solid. But it was a 10-minute fight. I mean, it was nothing on your Goku scene, I'll say that.
That one just had a lot of heart to it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that was still, you know, that was like prime Oda.
Right.
Not Oda, fuck. We gotta delete this one. I just disrespected Akira Toriyama so hard. Oda is One Piece.
Alright, we'll cut
Please
this.
forgive me, fans. Please forgive me, fans.
What was I about to say? As far as games go, video games, I would probably...
Good fight scene, for like a good game fight scene. So, you know, I mean, depending on how you view fights and stuff like that, I'm not gonna lie. When you finally got to the top of Mount Silver and Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and you had to fight Pokemon Trainer Red, yeah, he busts out like a level 80 Pikachu, dude, on you. If you're not prepared, like, he's just gonna destroy you. He's got a stat team, and he don't even say nothing. You walk up, you go to talk to him, and all you get is just dots. And all of a sudden, you're in the battle, dude. And that was a hard one.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people sleep on how difficult, like, old Pokemon games were. Like, I mean, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, they had this thing called Gym Leader Castle, in which you had to go through, and you would have to fight several, like, base trainers, and then you'd get to eventually fight the gym leader. But if you're just going based on the Pokemon that are strictly in the game, the rental Pokemon, dude, I don't see how anybody could even make it through that game with just rental Pokemon. It was stupid hard.
When you say rental Pokemon, what do you mean?
So, like, in those games, it wasn't like you know, they had, like, in Pokemon Stadium 1, I'll use Pokemon Stadium 1. They had Pokemon 1 through 149, all the way to Dragonite. Mewtwo and Mew were not an option.
Okay.
But you can rent any of those Pokemon to use in the battle, and you could set up you would choose six of them for your team, and you would have to run with them through, like, that whole course.
Uh-huh.
But the problem is you don't get to teach them moves that you want to teach them. They're going to be a base stat level and stuff like that. And sometimes, yeah, they would have some really cool moves, but, I mean, really the best way to go about it, because this was a cool feature going back to our retro game stuff, the N64, you know, the controller had that backing that you could plug stuff into. And there was this adapter thing you could plug in, you could put your Pokemon game into it. So if you had Pokemon Red and you had stacked Pokemon in your Pokemon Red, you could actually go into the game and have them come into the game, and you could battle with them through, like, you could actually use your Pokemon that you've been raising. And that was really the only way that that I was able to do it, and even get all the way through. And once you go all the way through, what's really cool is a reward. They give you a free Pokemon. And little Easter egg thing that they did, well, not really Easter egg, but a little special thing they did, is you could get a Psyduck that knew this move called Amnesia, and the only way to get it at that time was through that game.
Huh.
Yeah, you couldn't get it any other way, because any Pokemon that you got at the end, you could transfer to your actual game cartridge. That's how I wound up with it. Like, I'm a Bulbasaur user. I've always been a Bulbasaur user, but I was able to, in my original game, I was able to get a legit Charmander with my gamer ID and everything, because I was able to transfer it from Pokemon Stadium.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's dope. If I would have to say a video game, man.
This is what happens when you only get 2 hours of sleep, huh?
Yeah, man. This night shift's running hard.
Just to let y'all know a little bit about us. We work together. We work night shift.
Yeah.
And as of today, we got off this morning about 5 o'clock, and we were on the road by 10 to go to a local Comic-Con that we got to go and have a really good time today. So we're a little sluggish, you know, first episode. It'll pick up later, I promise.
But if I would have to go really good fight scenes, I really don't think you can beat Army of Two, dude.
Oh, man.
Army of Two.
The first one,
every little mini boss.
I only got to play the
Solid.
first one. I only got to play the first one. I never got to play
That's
the ones
fair.
after that. And I really wish I would have
Army
gotten
of
to.
Two, version 2, part 2 was pretty solid. 3 was decent. 3 was a pain because it was like it was stationed in like somewhere overseas, like China, Japan, somewhere over there. And like, dude, like every time you turn around, somebody's stationed somewhere with a minigun, and you're having to zigzag behind barricades, and it was just
Damn.
needless to say, I never beat 3. 'Cause it was
Fair
just-
enough.
Yeah, it was too much of a pain, but I would say them, and probably a game that pretty much everybody knows, or at least has watched the cinema behind it, The Last of Us.
I
Dude.
knew you were about to say that.
I'm gonna be honest, like
Never played it.
regardless to what the haters are gonna say, dude, the cinema itself was solid.
I heard it had one of the it won Game of the Year for how
Yeah.
multiple
It
times if I'm
It
not
was
sure.
pretty solid, dude.
Even the remaster version won Game of the Year, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like apparently the story is incredible, and it's one that I want to go back and play eventually, but just haven't had the opportunity yet.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with my all-time favorite, be like Skyrim,
Oh,
but
that's just such a banger game.
I mean, Skyrim, although it was really solid, and I own on every console I've ever gotten,
facts.
and, since it was released, I don't know, man. There's just no one specific battle in Skyrim that stands out.
Really, the final battle against the dragon was pretty intense.
Yeah, I knew how to I knew little special spots. So it wasn't.
See, I didn't know any of that. I
Yeah,
actually
it wasn't.
Granted, I ran
wasn't that good for me.
I ran a damn archery sneaking character, so all I
That's
had to do
fair.
was crouch, and they couldn't even see me, and I could just
Yeah, there
start
was literally
doming
a
it,
mountain
but-
range you could hide behind, and then when he would fly around, you could just shout and drop him to the ground and go and hit him. And
Oh
he'd
wow!
get up
So are
and
you
fly
are you
back.
like a glitch player then?
No, I just
Well, one that I always hear you mention that I can't believe you blanked on it, but the forest.
oh yeah, Forest was pretty solid.
Like you've talked a lot about
It had a good storyline
as he
well.
quotes the vagina monster.
Well, that's what it's called.
Oh really? I
Yeah.
thought that was just what you was
No.
calling
If you
it.
go in the game and you go to the cave itself and actually find the facility, and you look at the PowerPoints, it's literally called the Vagina Monster because it was a walking vagina that was used to incubate and house babies. That's why when you fight it, it throws babies at you.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's wild. Absolutely,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
That's what it was called, man.
Yeah, nah. There's oh my goodness, man. Like I could talk forever about just amazing battles. I can easily go back and even just mention Ganon again, or me personally, I loved the Majora's Mask fight.
Oh
The final
that's solid.
final
That's pretty solid,
against
yeah.
Skull Kid. Like when you. So there was two different ways you could approach it. Like if you actually went through and got all the masks, and then you would be able to get the Fierce Deity mask.
Mhm.
The battle really wasn't.
Hard.
Yeah, no, it made it super easy, especially in the remake for the Nintendo 3DS. It was super simple. Like you had that. If you got that mask, it was pretty much over. Like you.
That's
like,
fair.
But without it, man, that Skull Kid battle would get difficult.
So, with these fight scenes and stuff that we went over, what about them really struck you? Like, what about it makes you remember it? Would you say it was the emotions behind it, the
So
graphics, if you will?
specifically, just starting off with just the Legend of Zelda ones
Okay.
in general, the trials that you have to go to get to it.
That's fair.
And the fact that you could take it on without doing everything, like you could go ahead, like you don't have to complete everything in the game in order to do it.
Right.
I like the fact that you have that option,
Okay.
where if you think you're ready, you think you're skilled enough, you can go ahead and take it on at certain points. You know,
Yeah.
they're not gonna let you. Like in Ocarina of Time, you're not gonna be able to go as Kid Link and go and
Right.
take on Ganon. That's just stupid. But you know, you have to do that battle a couple times, and once you finally get to the final, like I said, you don't have to have all the gauntlets, all the items. It's best to, and I'm all for it. But same with Majora's Mask, like I was just saying, that's what really sucked me in, is the fact that you could go and take it on without actually having to complete everything in the game. You know, you could go and do it. And same with that battle against Pokemon Trainer Red. You know, you don't have to have maxed out Pokemon to beat him. You know, you don't have to have stronger, like higher level Pokemon than him to beat him. As long as you are, you know, you play the game right, you have enough, you know, recovery items, buff items, you have the right move sets, or train the right EVs, IVs, you'd be all good. You'd be super straight. But you know, I guess that's why those really like stood out to me like a whole bunch. Like, I like a good challenge, but you know, go ahead and hate me all y'all want, but I'm not a Dark Souls fan like that. I can get behind it, and I see why people like it, and some of them I do enjoy, but really, I want a challenge, but I don't want something I'm gonna have to try 100 damn times in order to beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for me, I'd say like with the whole Last of Us series, dude, straight up emotions, all 100% emotions, dude. Like anybody that's ever watched or played, I mean, the game itself can 100% they can testify to that. Like it's just a tearjerker from the very beginning, dude. I mean, spoiler for those who haven't played it but have thought about it. In the very beginning, dude, I mean, you're trying to get your daughter out of a zombie apocalypse in the very beginning when things are, you know, as they say, the shit's hitting the fan. And she breaks her leg. You get to the facility in which everybody's trying to escape, and the military is basically, they get the word to just go ahead and off y'all because you tried to sneak around. And yeah, they end up shooting to warn you, but miss and actually shoot your daughter and kill her.
Oh,
and
man.
She dies in your arms.
So I did watch the TV series, or the series they started.
It's pretty canon. It's pretty canon.
I was not expecting that to happen. That was pretty. That was pretty crazy.
It sucks really bad. Like I said, I mean, from the very beginning, dude, it's a tearjerker, and it never stops. I mean, they really knew how to put that game itself together. Like I said, I mean, there was my cousin, for one, would literally just on YouTube would just watch just the cinema straight by itself. Wouldn't even watch any of the other gameplay, just the cinema. And I mean, it was basically its own anime, if you will. I mean, it was pretty solid.
Oh man, I just had a complete realization of one that I definitely should have mentioned.
What's that?
Digimon World 3.
Okay.
It was for PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
One of the hardest games I have ever played. That's an RPG leveling up creatures style game.
Okay.
And has some of the hardest boss battles. There's literally, literally in the game, you get to a point where they're like, oh, so you want to go to this other server. Are you sure you're ready? And they try to, like, if they don't, like, I think the game itself could even tell, like, and be like, hey, you sure you want to do this? And me, I was like, fuck it, man. Like, yeah, I'm ready. I go there, and, you know, I think I had, like, maybe, like, level 30s or so. First battle is against, like, a level 60 boss guy. And this was a style of game, like, with this one, if all of your Digimon got knocked out, you had to revert to your last save point. There's no autosave. So if you've been playing for 4 hours and you haven't saved once in that 4 hours and then die, you go all the way back to where your last... Dude, it was... that game taught me, whenever you see a save place, you just go ahead and save.
That's crazy.
And then just even to get the different Digivolutions that you could get with them was ridiculously hard. Certain things you had to train to certain levels, but you couldn't train up with this one without having enough money for this or enough of this to do it. Like, it was just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. It was crazy. So let me ask you this. I'm going to completely segue this.
Okay.
I want to talk about comics.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So, let me ask you this. Top 2 DC and top 2 Marvel comics that up for you.
Oh.
Go 3 if you need to.
I'm trying to think. So I'm gonna be honest. There was a series of Deadpool. Not a lot of people probably know about it, but there was a Deadpoo.
What the
series.
fuck?
Deadpool and Winnie the Pooh. It was pretty solid.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty
I
solid.
thought you were going
No, it's like it's
feces is what I thought you was going, man. I thought you was
Winnie
going
the Pooh
feces.
dressed up as Deadpool, man. It's pretty solid. I'm trying to think. There's that one, and then I'd probably say like the original X-Men, dude. Like before they actually took and turned Beast blue, when he was just the white. I don't know what you want to call it.
Mutant.
Yeah, I mean, before he actually took the serum to turn blue, man. Like, those are probably the two OG Marvels. As far as DC goes, man, let's see. We got
You haven't really dove into the DC side of comics too much, have you?
Really. I mean, I know most of, the main components of DC Comics. There's a lot of them that I want to get into, like the ones you started reading recently, the Absolute Verse.
Oh man,
I want to get into
super
those.
solid. Been working through the Superman, Absolute Superman.
Yeah.
Wow, completely different side of what you would like. They just, it's almost just like a complete revamp, everything. Like it's nothing like what you expect. It's not your average Superman.
That's fair.
He came to Earth raised by Martha, and I can't remember the other guy's name right now off the top of my head, but it was not that type of, like, way more gritty, more adult, more like just
That's fair.
down. Like it's just down bad through the whole thing.
But yeah, like I really want to dive into that version of comics, and then like honestly, it intrigues me, the dark side of Batman. Like I did start reading one. It was no, that was actually Marvel. I'm thinking of.
Oh no.
Yeah, the Vampire Outbreak.
Oh yeah. I believe DC actually has a series out now that's like basically DC versus vampires as well. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was DC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think you were correct.
It was DC.
Because
yes, it was.
Yeah, they got like this whole DC vampire thing that's come out.
Damian was good, but Nightwing had turned into the Vampire King. That's what it was. That was a pretty solid series, man.
I haven't jumped into that one. I'm not a huge fan of vampires, so that's like the only thing.
The crazy thing.
But yeah, see, there you go. DC versus vampires. Yeah,
bro. In that series, if you've never read it, solid series. The one person that they refuse to turn into vampires, and if you turn him into a vampire, you're pretty much screwed. It's the Flash.
Oh yeah, facts.
Like, that was like the whole rule. Like,
that's ridiculous.
They grabbed him and found a way to keep him hostage because they didn't want nobody else feeding on him or anything like that because he basically screwed everybody over in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, man. If he was a vampire, dude, he'd be able to come fucking get you that fast, like no problem, no issues. Fair enough. So. I've never really read like Marvel comics like that myself. I will say I do like the Planet Hulk whole, like just that entire thing, like the fact that they kind of reference Hulk is like his blood's not death, it's more it can bring life.
Yeah.
And like pretty much they kind of solidified, in my opinion, they kind of like solidified him as like basically a god.
Yeah.
In that whole series, and that's one that I really like from Marvel. And of course, I gotta throw out my boy Gore the God Butcher. And speaking of butchering, that's what they did to him in that movie. Just saying. But I loved like Gore's whole story was just like incredible.
The original,
like the actual like Gore, not like I just missed my daughter, like the one where he lost his family and prayed to the gods to help, and then they didn't help, and then he finds them fighting in the desert.
Yeah.
And really, it's, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I could very much be wrong, but it was Noel is who it was. Null and the whoever was the embodiment of the Enigma Force at the
Mhm.
time is who we're fighting, and like that right, that right there, just like seeing that after praying, like I can understand where he's coming from, dude. Like 100%. So, oh man, such a good series. I mean, in a bonus, I'll just shout out Secret Wars because Secret Wars is just absolute fire. But DC wise, um, so recently I've started reading the Scarab War with Blue Beetle. Really enjoying it so far. But of course, I'm a huge like Blue Beetle fan, especially like through the Young Justice TV series, like big time. And I know that's not comics, but loved him in that. Loving this one so far. It's been a really good series. But I would have to say probably my favorite of like series of DC is actually, I'm just gonna say like a general, the year ones.
Okay.
Like the year one, like there's different ones for different people. They got Black Lightning out now. They got Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Batman obviously, but they have all these different year ones out, man. And I just recently read, I think it was the Mr. Terrific. I'm reading all of them, but the Mr. Terrific one and the Black Lightning one. Oh man, wild. Like I didn't know, like there's so much like I thought I was very knowledgeable on it, and this makes me feel like I don't know jack, especially like with Black Lightning, because like his year one, his storyline was just, it was just wild, like learning all the background, especially like he came in trying to better something,
right,
and people were dying because of it.
Yeah.
And he was scared to use his powers until till he realized like nothing I do is this way is doing anything. So I have to go basically vigilante and start doing a job to try and make this place better. And it was just a really, like I said, year one was just really one of my favorite, like definitely one of my favorite like comic series, like of all the different characters, because I love seeing how they became who they are,
right,
without having like the big origin stories like you're used to.
I got you. So what we want from you guys is go on our social media platforms like our YouTube and give us your best fight scenes. Comment underneath our post and just let us know what you guys feel like would be your best fight scene or top fight scene in comics, games, or anime.
Especially comics. Like I'm a pretty good comic reader, especially manga as well. And so if there's something that y'all think is a really good fight scene that's worth like getting to, definitely let me know. I'm a big reader. I will read, and I will make sure to shout out and let y'all know when I do read it, and will give you a full on critique on it, because I'm an asshole. I will definitely 100% give it to you how I feel.
So I want to throw this out there. We're just gonna try something. We're gonna do a rapid fire of
Okay.
some either ors, absurd or not absurd, whatever. We're gonna keep it related to the podcast. So let's say,
Yeah, give me a few. Let me see where we're working with.
let's see. Would you rather be able to control other people's thoughts, or would you rather be able to control things with your mind, like objects?
I think thought manipulation is wild. That's crazy. Like I would rather just be able to like being able to like move things with my mind. 100%, I'd rather be there. Like thought manipulation. I just don't think that should even be like something people should have. I feel like that's more something fair. That it's too much power for a person. Like I just really think I think I would abuse it. I don't think I would be a hero with that type of power. I think I would be a villain with that type of power. I'm not Naruto, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and use talk no jutsu on somebody to make them feel better, or use some sort of power to be like, oh, I'm gonna manipulate the bad guy to be better. Like, no, I would be the one that's like, how can I change this for my gain? Right. And that's just I'd be irresponsible with it.
That's fair. Let's see. Would you rather be able to breathe underwater or breathe in outer space?
Outer space.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hands down. I don't give a damn about going in the ocean and looking at stuff, but space, dude, just to be able to like just be out there. Now, granted, I'm also thinking coupled up with like being able to
Fly.
like fly or like move through outer space. You know,
Right.
I mean, being able to breathe outer space wouldn't really be much if I couldn't get into outer space. You know, but as long as I had the capabilities of being able to get out there,
Yeah.
100% would rather like be able to breathe in outer space.
That's fair.
That would be so fire just to be able to like travel and just meet other beings if they're out there and stuff, especially in a comic book setting. Oh man, I would love to be able to go and just meet and learn and grow from that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Underwater, bro. There. Now, granted, we're talking comic book thing. I'm sure there's things in space that could eat me too, but yeah, no, the ocean got scary ass shit in it, dude. Like,
Yeah, it does.
no sir.
If we had to really like step back and think on things, like what would be your top rated anime right now?
Anime. See, I'm not a big like. Don't get me wrong. I love anime. I don't watch a lot of anime. I'm more of a manga reader.
Well, I mean,
But
manga.
people probably gonna hate, but like Solo Leveling, I read the manhwa, the Korean manga, like way before it even was talked about becoming an anime, and I had finished it, and it was so good. And when it decided to become an anime, that is actually one of the few animes of recent that I've watched that have been pretty good. And I believe I'm up to date on that one. That one's been pretty solid. But are we talking about like anime in general, like old, new, anything?
Like right now, like if you had to rate, like anything, any of old and new, if you had to rate.
If you've never gone and watched K or Yu Yu Hakusho, stop what you're watching and go and watch those. Especially like if you need something quick and easy, K. K's quick and easy. It's not too long as of right now. I don't know if they're planning on continuing to do more. I haven't even like finished the whole second part of it, the Return of Kings part. I've only seen the very first part, and that, oh man, beautiful, awesome, great fights, great story. But yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, that is one that I grew up watching. That I've not only watched in English, I've watched it in Japanese, and I've read the manga, and it's just all around fantastic. Like it's just really good. And it's an old one. It's an older one. It is a much older one, but super good.
Right now, if I had to rate mine, I would definitely say. I know you're gonna hate it. But yeah, Demon Slayer.
Yeah, no, dude,
now.
I love. I'm not hating. Like I don't know why you think I hate Demon Slayer. I read it before it became an anime, and it's so. I've read it twice. It's a like. I wish I could walk into the other room. I would pull my homie, and he could attest to it. Like I put him on it, like, and he read it, and he was like, "Oh," because it was the first good manga I had read in a long time. And don't get me wrong, I love the anime. My only issue kind of is like anime movies used to have nothing to do with the actual canon series, and now it almost feels like they're making movie like with Demon Slayer. Don't get me wrong, Mugen Train was good, but it was good. I'm not gonna give it mid. It was slightly better than mid.
It was a lot of BS 10-minute fight scene.
Exactly.
And I love
exactly.
Demon Slayer, but I mean, facts
exactly. It's like, why did y'all even make this a movie?
Yeah.
And I feel like they only did it because of the fact that what happens with everybody, Rengoku and whatnot. But still, it was just like it wasn't it for me.
That's fair.
But I don't quit thinking I don't like Demon Slayer, you ass. Like I love Demon Slayer. The whole series was absolutely beautiful. Like I read all of it.
That's fair. So this is gonna wrap it up for this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Hold up. No. I need one more anime.
Okay, I can give you another anime. Let's go. I'm not gonna say.
I already know which one you should like.
I know which one you think I'm gonna say. You think I'm gonna say Jujutsu Kaisen?
Nope.
What you think?
I thought you was gonna say Blue Samurai.
Nope. Blue-Eyed Samurai. What? You know what? I'm gonna go Blue-Eyed Samurai. Just you said that. Blue-Eyed Samurai was.
You've been trying to get me to watch it for a minute. I haven't started yet. You said that. I want to try
it.
it.
New season. It's solid. It's pretty solid.
Fair enough.
I think Tyler watched it. It's solid, dude. I think you should.
Tyler did?
I think so. You should really give
Mr.
it a shot,
Moose
dude.
Man? Alright.
You should really give it a
We'll have to
watch.
get him on here one day to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
Okay, so I guess it's gonna wrap up this episode, you guys. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you tuned in next time. We're going to dive a little bit deeper within these next few episodes in this first season, just to just introduce ourselves more, get our feet wet. We are new to this whole scene.
very new. Learning as we go. No
Yeah.
learning curve at all for any of this.
Yeah, but we want to be as authentic as we can for you guys. We don't want to fake the funk with anything. I mean,
Fake the funk.
Fake the funk, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. Fake the funk.
But yeah, we just, like I said, we want to give us
TM.
our authentic self, man. So, yeah, please feel free to comment, subscribe, anything you guys want to hear, anything you think we can do better.
Oh yeah, bring on the critiques, bring on the hate. That's what's gonna help us actually grow and be better as a podcast. So
yeah, I mean that's we look to receive that from you guys.
we're trying to kind of be different and from the others in a standpoint of we want to hear the feedback and we want to grow to be able to give y'all what y'all want.
Yeah, the good and the bad.
Although I am going to talk a lot of shit on a lot of things that a lot of y'all are going to love.
So far, we only have our YouTube page up. You guys are more than welcome to go and subscribe there. We're going to be dropping our podcast. We're going to try to drop our podcast on Apple Podcasts as well.
Eventually, we're eventually going to have an Instagram page as well as possibly some TikTok little quick vids and everything like that.
Posted in our YouTube bio, so those will be easy for you guys to access. But yeah, we thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy next time.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to us kind of just chat for an hour. I really hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, and remember, if you can read it, watch it, or sip it, we'll try to take a crack at it.
You're damn right we will.